very bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I've got a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about
I have a very bad feeling about this.
I've got a bad feeling about this. For what it's worth, I've got a good feeling about this.
Punch it, Chizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You had to do something different.
I changed it up because kind of what I discovered what you did a little bit earlier on some of the group sites. I figured you're more like the Salacious Crumb to the what is the Star Wars in whole, or the bad derelict community, which is the huts. You know, the giant huts. They're all over. You're like the Salacious Crumb, just going, yeah. You know,
Just stirring up shit.
oh. Dude, you are. Dude, you're a big shit stirrer, dude. I don't know if you mean it purposely, but you're saying exactly what you meant.
So,
Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. And I mean, I love stirring up shit. You know, I've just, I don't care. Like, I realize, like, in this, you know, in the Star Wars, you know, hobby, I'm nobody. I don't care. Anybody says anything, you're not hurting my feelings.
No.
It doesn't matter.
We're grown men collecting toys. Come on.
Exactly. I am no one of importance. It's fun, you know, when I come on Hoodcast, you know, you're, you know, one of the best action figure podcasts
Ever.
you know, available today. Yeah.
It's the best.
So when we come on there, we talk shit, you know, and that's you know, the whole premise. Is,
Dude,
you know,
it's a lot like Hoodcast. Yeah, we don't know shit, but we talk a lot of shit.
Exactly. You know, and I go on there and I've been stirring up shit on there too.
Dude,
So
no shit. You've been stirring up a lot of shit on Hoodcast, and I love it. I love you for it, dude. And I make fun of you at the same time, but I make fun of everyone else, dude. That's what Hoodcast is all about. We're the bad boys of Action Figure Podcast. And,
you know,
also the IGAF group, which I call this. I don't know how to like phrase our fucking what is it? I've got a bad feeling about this. I don't know why I say IGAF. That means I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But it's not it. What is it?
IGAF or whatever. That's like me, you know, reading names wrong and stuff. You know, I did the other day and earlier today. So,
yeah. Look, so you went on to actually Jim Jones. Jim Jones. He's the creator of the Dianoga Trash Talk group, which was invented on Facebook groups to kind of like have fun and talk about all the dirty deeds and shit talking and other these kind of like what we do on the podcast of what these other Facebook big communities do. ICC, the VA, the everyone.
So he created as a place to call out, you know, people, you know, in the hobby that are basically, you know, bad actors, you know, scammers and shit like that. People that say they're all about the community, but really don't give anything back, you know, only take, you know, look at it as a way to line their pockets, things like that, to really shine light on it, which is really where, you know, the idea for this podcast kind of came from.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
talking about this stuff.
Absolutely, dude. I give all credit to Jim Jones for, you know, his Facebook group. It's a little different because on Facebook and the groups, like, people are, like, you mention people by names. Like, these are public figures and they put their names out there. We try to not do that, even though we will mention their names here and there, like Brick Mac, which is, you know, it's not his real name. It's just funnier, you know? Like, we don't just, like, say Havens out of nowhere, you know? But, like, I don't think he would mind.
Not every, you know, people that, listen to our show, they may not be in these groups. They don't know, and they think, oh, they hear Big Mac, they think it's kind of funny, But in the other groups, they all know who these people are.
And to me, I thought that. So I know about the groups and shit like that, and we've talked about this before. Like the groups get scandalous. People are scandalous and shit like that. But in Star Wars, the reason why this podcast exists, these groups are so huge and it's a lot of money and people are fucking each other over and creating all these giant scams and great stories to tell. That's why we're here to tell it.
There's lots of money, there's lots of egos, lots of bullshit.
It ain't the same if you're in a McFarlane Collector DC group. Dude, that's small time. That's small bananas compared to this. You a fucking porg in a new fucking, Star Wars comedy fucking squeakle shit. Nobody cares, okay? But look, Jim Jones created the Diagnosis Trash Talk group. He did this post recently, man, and I don't follow all of his posts, but I am in the group. I sometimes comment. I sometimes like shit. I'm not a big character in there. But I seen him post this. He goes, and he's an admin. Name your top 5 hobby assholes. Don't be shy. I'll start. And this is, I'm reading exactly, and I'm not saying who's who. Number 1, Michael Havens. Number 2, Joe Fiore. Is he related to Guy Fieri?
No.
He doesn't have cool hair and make extreme hot dogs and shit. Number 3, Jason Annabelle. Jason
Annabelle, whatever.
Terrible movies.
Yeah.
Number 4, James Coleman. I know him. Number 5, Jeff Jacob. And he posted a picture of the I don't know who it is. It's like Luke Skywalker, but claymation from the whatever that show was. I seen it. But if I go click on the comments and it goes most relevant, you come up, Chizzle, as the most relevant. So if you want to know who Chizzle is and how to exit him from your group, go to this comment on Diagnoga and go to most relevant. You'll know Chizzle's full fucking name because it's Facebook, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's a ghost account. We never know. So Chizzle, you say this. I'm disappointed there aren't more people answering, so here is mine. Number 1, Jason and Annabelle. I like Annabelle. Number 2, Michael Havens, whatever. Number 3, Thomas Fagan. 4, Joe Fiore. Related to Guy Fieri? Nah.
Yeah.
Number 5, that guy whose name is I can't remember, that blocked me when I took more than 10 minutes. That blocked me when I took more than 10 minutes to respond to a private message when my phone died. This list is based on actual interactions I've had with these people. There are a lot more people that just annoy me for no reason. All right, that's what you posted. Jim Jones.
Yep.
He responds to you. He goes, "Some people just don't like confrontation. It's understandable why they won't name names." Lol. Wolf, spelled weird. He's another dude. He goes, "What's your problem with Fagan?" You reply to Wolf, and you go, "The way he talks to people is one. He is rude and condescending. He started talking shit on one of my Facebook posts on my personal page that had nothing to do with Star Wars. Then he deleted the comments when I replied. I will give him all the credit that he wants, a ton of knowledge, but I think he's a shitty person." Ooh, Thomas Fagan comments now. "Thanks for putting me in the list. You make me feel special." And Charles Chizzle, you reply. You go, "You earned it." Thomas Fagan replies again. "Can't make everyone happy. And you say I deleted my comments? But the thing is, I don't delete comments. I stand behind what I say. I have an opinion. I don't have any issues voicing it. Can't help if people don't agree with it." And you reply, Thomas Fagan, "Actually, you did. You commented on a post on my timeline, and when I said something, you deleted it. It wasn't even up 5 minutes before you deleted it. Thomas Fagan replies after that. Yeah, because you know it was me. Were you standing behind me or something watching what I was doing as I said, I don't delete my comments? I stand behind what I say. If you had a problem with that, you can go stick it where the sun don't shine. Ooh, that's a great comeback.
Ooh.
Oh, he's so scary.
This guy is, yes.
He continues, I don't really care. I'm not here to make you happy. Chizzle, you continue. You're still going at it.
Oh, yeah. And this is where I talk about, him, the way he talks to people. It's not, hey, what did I do? Or anything like that. No, he's like, doubles down on being a dick. And, we went back and forth.
Oh, dude, this goes on and on.
Hours.
Like, you just basically say, like, I know what you said, but, like, I was there and it's actually fucking recorded and everything. You didn't go back and repost shit, but you don't need to. But this dude, like, this Fagan dude, like, he says, like, that he never did any of it. Like, he's just straight up fucking lying. Straight up lying.
Yeah,
and he's saying
the thing is,
he says here, like, he goes, you're the only one here that seems to have an issue with it. I don't lie. I despise liars. Which in himself, he lied. This is politics here, okay?
Yeah, and it's funny because that's what the whole thing was about. We live in the Bay Area, probably like the most liberal place in the entire country.
Sure.
So
I'm sorry.
On Halloween one year, I got a bunch of full-size candy bars, and I put Trump stickers on them. And I took a picture of it and posted it on my Facebook page, and a bunch of people laughed about it. And I was like, I'm gonna give these out. And a lot of my friends, they made jokes, and people that don't like it were like, oh, I wouldn't eat that. I'd throw that right in the garbage can and whatever. We all laughed about it.
Yeah. And
I actually ended up giving them out. And I had a bunch of parents. I gave them like directly to parents, and they thought it was funny. The guy's like, one guy's like, I can't believe you're doing this, especially around here. And I said, you'd be surprised how many people like these. We just laughed about it. That was it. It was kind of funny. It was no big deal. Well, Fagan commented on my post.
Wait,
I've
so
never interacted.
He's commenting on, like, your stupid joke, kind of political, not really, post about
exactly
pumpkins and Halloween.
Yeah, my Halloween candy.
Are you friends with them, or do you post this on a Star Wars group?
No, this is on my Facebook page.
So you can go and get this. Like, it's you can show me this.
It's still up. I can show you this. So
unless
goes and
he deleted it already, we don't know.
He deleted his thing. From it.
We can see your
still up there.
But we can see your reprisal comments, because I've seen that on mine, like where people delete their shit and it shows me commenting to them.
So what happened is I replied to his comment, and then he deleted it. And this was back then before it would say the message you're replying to has been deleted. If you replied to it back then, it just deleted your reply.
Okay, I'm not sure about that. I can't quantify that. Or
yeah, this was a while ago. So, anyways, like I said, he's like, that's fucking stupid on my Facebook page, and I was like, whatever, And
I don't care if someone hates Trump or doesn't like Trump or likes Trump, or it doesn't matter. I don't care about politics when it comes down to collecting, and I don't alienate people because of their politics. Like, if we get along, we get along.
Exactly. And, and I went to, and I responded. I don't remember what I said. And like I said, he deleted it like right away. I got the notification that he made the comment. I read the comment. I replied. After that, it was gone. And I think I might have brought this up to somebody before and just said, he talked some shit on my page, whatever. And didn't say anything. But there's so many other, like I said, reasons. He's an asshole, like the way he talks to people and all this. And when I said he did this, he's like, no, I never did. I wouldn't do that. And I know it was him. I mean, he's the only person I know with that name, the same, profile picture with the.
I mean, especially if like your last name
R2.
is Fag.
Yeah.
Hey, Fag. Like, I'm not going to make fun of his last name. Okay. He's a dude.
So
I'm a
I
dude.
knew it
We're
was
all
him.
dudes.
Yeah. It was him. I didn't say anything about it. This was so long ago, and I just never said anything. And then, as time goes on, I see what a douche this guy is, and that shit just bugged me because he's an asshole.
Here's what I think, though. Here's what I think. If you met him in real life and actually, like, it's like a normal experience, you'd probably get along with him. I don't know. He seems like from the way he does his chat and his messages, he seems like a pretty intelligent person who's not he's not out of hand on his shit. I think maybe he made a mistake in the early days and doesn't remember and is not gonna, like, even if he did, dude, there was that one drunk night where I did stupid shit and I'm not gonna say I did it. I don't remember it. I was, so yeah. And it's just the way I'm reading his shit. So he says this, don't know what your issue is, but this has been a lot of fun. And you guys have been going back and forth. You have fun with all your other reasons. I'm going to go back and join the real world now and leave you here in make-believe land. Have a wonderful night, Charlie. And Chizzle, you go, Thomas Fagan. Make-believe land is the only place you would be considered a decent person, so I don't live there. Thomas Fagan says, just a curiosity question. But what are you, one of the one people who sucks the Coleman juice? Or one of his Vagina Alliance supporters? And Charles, you go, Thomas, definitely not. But your guys' exchange definitely. I'm a bad reader. Opened my eyes to some stuff in this hobby, like guys blindingly sticking up for you because Havens uses your mouth as a cock holster. I see for life, brother. Oh,
that was my favorite post.
You want to hear his reply? Well, Charles, as long as you don't support Coleman, you're okay in my book. And it's funny how you call me a but you're the one here saying derogatory stuff. If people are blindly sticking up for me without any reason, I can't help that. It's not on me. I'm still confused why everybody keeps assuming I'm a huge fan of Havens. I rarely ever talk to the guy. He is... Oh, God, this goes on. He is simply just another person in the Star Wars world. I don't see him as ever good. But right now, all I know is you are really angry, little man. Have you ever thought about therapy? You can talk about all the deleted comments that upset you. I don't know why he sounds like Alf, but he sounds like Alf to me. And then you go on to say you're not angry and da-da-da. You're just like, look, all text comes across as angry. All text, every single text. I tell my wife no, and she's like, "Why are you being mad at me?" And I'm like, "No, I said no. I don't want Taco Bell. I just said no. Why are you mad? You don't want Taco Bell? No, I just said no. That's it. I'm working. I don't want to." Yeah. Like, if you were there with me, I'd be like, nah, baby, I don't want that. But I'm not going to text that. I'm going to just say no. Next time I'm going to just text N. And that doesn't mean the N word. I don't text. Bro, this site, holy shit, some post on the Diagnoga Trash Talk group, like, goes deep, dude. It keeps going. And, like, yeah. So, with Jim Jones' list of all the people have other lists like Vicky. Her number one is Kevin Lentz. for bringing some serious pedo shit into the collecting community. Which we're not going into that. That's a whole nother episode. I think Hoodcast covered that one time, but that's dark.
We did.
It's way
And
dark.
We pissed people off. Hey, we pissed a lot of people off with that episode.
Absolutely. But look, it's real deal, dude. And there's a lot of that pedo shit. And dude, we're grown men collecting collectible toys, action figures, whatever. Dude, just like, the Catholic Church, it's the easy way in if you like little boys and shit. They're there. So if you like it, you're going to get into action figure collecting. But look, most action figure collecting is all grown-ass men, so I don't understand why they're getting into it. Stay out of my fucking hobby.
Yeah.
No shit.
You sick fucks.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So, yeah, like in my list, like I said, I had reasons for why I didn't like these people. Jason Annabelle, he's the guy that kicked me out of the IC. He's the new king over there. After he was coronated, he listened to our episode of Hoodcast, and then he made a detailed timeline of it.
Yes, I love that.
And broke down what we were saying and who we were saying it about, and then went and filed a report.
And then he said he never did that.
Exactly, but we've all seen the screenshots.
Yes, I have pictures of it. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, we thought it was hilarious that he took the time. He listened, he took notes and everything. But when I asked, number 2 on my list, Big Mac, I called him out on it. And
holy shit, dude. Some people, I don't mean to cut you off, but like some people on this list going down, fucking Jim Jones, and other people commenting on the list, they make their own list. And even Darren, he goes, number 1, Junkman. Number 2, Larry the Wampa. I don't know who that is. 3, Dusty. 4, Prime the Charlie. And 5, Ted. There's other people who name fucking Kenner Babe.
Do you know who Darren Chambers is?
I don't.
That's Junkman.
Oh, it's himself. Oh,
it's
shit.
Himself.
Wait a minute. He must have posted earlier because I seen someone that posted Kenner Babe as one on their list. It must have been Junkman then.
No, somebody else posted Kenner Babe.
Yeah, somebody posted that. I missed it. But yeah, I thought that was like cool, I was like, okay. If you don't know the history behind that, you need to listen to our podcast or go to Junkman shit, on YouTube.
Yeah, all those things are like characters that he has on his shows and stuff. He's just talking shit about himself.
Yeah, a lot of people are posting links to Kevin Lentz and all that shit. And of course, Jim Jones will comment. He's like, yeah, it goes without saying he was the definitely biggest piece of shit in the hobby has seen so far. But this is supposed to be a fun group, like talking shit about people. Like this is not like a hatred group,
Exactly. Like I said,
nobody wants anyone to die or death and like you be defamed and everything, none of that. Like it's about like your collecting habits and how you're screwing other collectors over.
Yeah. And so like I said, on my list when I brought up Big Mac, I was like we've talked about him multiple times, and when I called him out about, the being kicked out of the group and not breaking the rules, and then it goes on and
Big Mac
talks about how he's in the 6th year of his convention and all this stuff, which I didn't give a shit about. But I said, dude, you said you only get kicked out if you break the rules. I didn't break a rule. And I showed him the screenshots and said, I was kicked out because I keep bad company, was the exact words. So because I'm in another group is why I got kicked out.
It's probably the Diagnoga Trash Talk group that Jim Jones runs.
Oh, it is.
It's not because like you do a podcast with Hoodcast.
No.
It might be though, because they put Hoodcast podcast up there with the marquee points, the time stamps of everything, so you can go listen to it. Like I think that was fucking awesome. So maybe that is the bad company also. I'm sure it's both. Yeah. I'm sure it's both. If you ask Big Mac, he'll be like, yeah, it's both. It's everything. You guys suck.
Yeah.
You guys are pieces of shit. You guys don't get any fun size fucking Snickers or nothing.
So, another guy on the list, Joe Fiore, he's the guy that
He's
we
a
talked
Guy
about.
Fiore.
Yeah, he's the guy that will take your money for him to grade something that's already been graded.
Is this on tattooing dives, drive-ins, and okay? Look, I was finding a joke here, and I lost it, and now it's pew pew. Somebody shot first. I don't know.
So yeah, he has that service where if you have an item graded, you send it to him and pay him money, and he'll tell you if he thinks the grade is worth it.
Bro, I have a card company like that now. Send me your most expensive graded cards. I'll tell you if they're worth money or not. And it's not my fault if they don't make it back to you.
He's the guy that when I had sold a bunch of carded figures to somebody in the store.
You sound like John Madden. Here's a guy who sends a carded
So I sold him a bunch of carded figures, and the guy left the store with them and immediately went on the VA and started reposting them for sale.
Right
and
away?
marking them up.
Like no one's going to notice.
Right away. And then came back the next day and wanted to buy more. And was trying to get a deal on them so he could turn around and flip them in the group.
Here's a guy who's a big fat piece of shit. You can see where I draw the arrow from the guy who got the cards to the guy who's selling the cards immediately on the Facebook. It's real big. There's a guy.
Yeah. So this guy, he's telling the story about where they came from, and Joe is talking shit, saying, "Oh, you don't know that, blah blah blah." And I go on and I make a comment. Hey, look, he bought these from me. I sold these to him.
Chizzle, why are you trying to be a Captain Save-A-Ho? Why are you always trying to bring the truth to the book? Don't bring the truth to the book. The book's done, dude.
Because like Fagin, I despise liars. So I wanted, and I just said, hey, look, these came from a collection. This guy came in, said his mom had a toy store, and she put one of every figure away. They all came in, one case. I said, I'm the one that took them out and went through them, priced them all up, all that stuff, and sold them to him.
You see, here's the guy who's doing the red line one case play where he brings it through and then draws it through. And when I put the arrow there, he knows what he's doing. These are one carded single figures that he's bringing through there.
So, and he's like, that's some bullshit marketing, whatever. And I went to reply, and he turned off the commenting on the post.
Of course.
But then he went and turned it back on so he could talk more shit about me. And
smart guy. Here's a guy who's a smart guy who turned off the commenting earlier, but then turned it back on, and when he least suspected, and boom, there goes touchdown. Bad comments.
So then I go type out my response, and I go to post it, and he closed the fucking comments again.
Dude, this guy is great, dude. He knows what he's doing.
I called him out. I called him out in Dianoga. And I was like, if I had one more reason to hate this fucking hobby, it's assholes like this. And pulled the whole thing. The dude comes into Dianoga, comments on my post to somebody else that commented, never once addresses me.
Was it Brett Favre?
And
there's a guy.
And I'm just like, I was like, dude, you don't even have the balls to address me. You'll come in and comment to somebody else, but won't say shit to me. And he still would never respond to me. So
until that fateful
like I said,
day,
everybody thinks he's an asshole anyway. So
okay. And wait, but is this the same Fagin that we're talking about, or is this someone else?
No, this is Joe Fiore.
Joe
all this
Fiore, Guy Fiore.
Yeah, Guy's brother.
Dine-ins, drive-ins, and tattooing dives.
Yeah. So, like I said, he wouldn't even address me at all. And I kept commenting and basically calling him a bitch for turning off comments and not saying anything to me.
Harsh words.
So, Yeah, and he wouldn't say anything to me at all.
It's not even like that he owes you money. You're just being like a Captain Save-A-Ho. You're trying to like
Yeah,
make like you're like you're like those failed Fox superhero shows like Mantis or something. Like nobody watched them except for me, and I'm like, oh, that could be cool. He's trying to help, and then like nobody cares. Canceled.
Someone asked a question, and I knew the answer.
Right, but
So
nobody wants that truth.
Exactly. I raised my hand. I answered the question, and nobody wanted to hear it.
Yeah, you're like teacher, and you're like, this is driver's ed. You don't have to raise your hand. Just go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Sir. You were all grown adults.
He's on there. The last guy on the list was just it was when I was kind of getting started. There was some guy, he had some figures for sale, and I was like, yeah, I'll take them. And my phone died, and I was in the car. And I was like 10 minutes from the house, and I didn't have my charger with me. I get home, and I plug in my phone,
dude,
and
your
I
phone
get back on
fucking
Facebook.
Sucks. You always need a charger when you're here.
Dude,
like, dude, get a good phone, man. And I tell people this all the time when they try to like stream into Hoodcast, and their shit's popping and their audio's bad because they're using their phone. Just get a good phone. Get a Galaxy. Don't get an iPad.
I have a Galaxy.
Okay, I'm doing the Trump here. Don't do that. It's good. It's terrific. Even I
have a Galaxy 22.
User friendly. I love Galaxy. I love a lot of ultras. Anything special.
Anyways, I go to respond, and the dude was like, "Fuck you, enjoy being blocked." And I was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
You're like, "Yo, I'm Jenny from
the
block."
It was like 10 minutes.
Nobody wants that.
And he was a dick about it. And I was like, and I don't remember the guy's name, but he was in the IC also. So, and then, Fagan, we've talked about him on this show. We talked about his battles with Coleman, with Jimmy, the big fight between Jimmy and Tommy.
And look, man, like, for what I know, and I don't know everything, and the only person I've talked to out of the everyone that we've talked about, I've never talked to any of them except for Coleman. And I like James. I think he comes across like very respectable. I know there's some dirt. Absolutely, there's dirt on everyone. There's dirt on me, man. But I think Coleman is very professional. Like, I think he's like the JD Vance of Star Wars collecting. Like, he fucks couches or something. I don't know. And he leaves a tip because I keep finding change in my couches. I don't know. Dude. It's called Clacktown. And I know when I was a kid, I called it clacking. When you fucked a couch, you just put a little bag in there with some lube, and like, it's especially better when like somebody sat on it before because the couch is warm. So it's called Clack. And when you're the mayor of Clacktown, which JD Vance is, maybe Coleman is, I don't know. Clacktown, man. And then you high five because there's multiple clacks. All your boys can go to town if it's a big ass couch. You can run a train.
Dude.
Kinda.
That's why you've got a love sack.
No, doesn't work. My cat pisses on it, and I kick my cat out of my house because that's a $15,000 couch, bro. And I ain't rich, man. And I paid that shit off. And my truck is dead. Okay? Look, I can't afford a fucking normal truck, but I have a $15,000 couch. Like, what the fuck am I doing, dude? What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. Help me, James Coleman. Help me. I'm on fire.
We need some more. We need another donation to Hoodcast, please.
Help me, Tom Cruise. Hey, Ricky, that's imaginary fire.
And like I said, in that group, I didn't go after Tommy like I could have. You know, we've talked about him on the podcast before.
Yeah, I forget
You know?
like who we called him or what is, you know, we called him
It's,
Tommy.
Tom-
Yes.
Tommy Fentanyl.
Yo! Oh! Now I know. Now, oh
Yeah.
shit. This motherfucker. This
See?
motherfucker.
Now that changed everything, didn't it?
It did. It brought it back to like me and the listeners who know nothing. And now we know something and we thank you.
Yeah. So, and I didn't bring that up in the group. You know, on the show, people may not know who he is. Like I said, we call him Tommy Fentanyl, and now we've used his real name and everything. But you know, what we talked about is not a lie. You can easily go on, on the Google or no. What do we use? We use Bing or Ask Jeeves.
DuckDuckGo. Anything other than Google, don't ever say Google it because I look like I say it myself. I'm trying to change myself because Google is such a facade and it's a piece of shit company. Fuck their asses, dude. They fucking suck.
So
I still use them.
Go to Ask Jeeves. Jeeves will tell you.
Even go to Yahoo.
And I didn't bring up any of that stuff, and I could have, and I was waiting for him to really say something before I put it out there. So, because not everybody knows, like we talked about it. He pissed off another guy, another collector, Jesse, and Jesse's the one who found out the whole thing about him. So, and I didn't put it out there, but if you don't know the whole story, he sold fentanyl to somebody, and that dude basically died.
How do we know this? Like, there's reports that people posted, or is it just hearsay? Or
no, if you can look up the article that says he was arrested.
Can we look that up now?
Yeah.
How do I find that?
So I just went to go to your favorite search engine and type in his name and fentanyl, and it should pop up.
I can't just type in Tommy Fentanyl. Hold on.
No,
I'm trying to remember. Give me a clue.
It's Fagan. Fagan.
Fagan.
Thomas.
Manitowoc?
Manitowoc.
Oh, that's it. It came up first search, dude. DuckDuckGo. Thank you. Manitowoc man, 30, sentenced in connection with fentanyl death. Let's see. A 30-year-old Manitowoc man was sentenced on Wednesday in connection with the May 9th fentanyl overdose death of 26-year-old Christopher T. Vogel. The charge for Tyler J. Reed, 5904, they give the address, whatever, was reduced in October from first-degree recklessness homicide, delivering drugs, to felony manufacturing, delivering fentanyl. He entered a no contest plea. Manitowoc County Circuit Judge Jeremy Fox withheld Reed's sentence and placed him on probation for 4 years with the condition that he spend 7 months in jail with work release privileges starting immediately, according to recent release court process records, and also stop posting about Star Wars bullshit. No, I made that last part up. Vogel was found dead at his Fairmount Lane residence, where police found drug paraphernalia, including fentanyl patches. The Manitowoc County, dude, this is the same county with Making a Murder. It's Manitowoc. Okay. Yeah, it's Making the Murder County. So that whole patch of land with all that shit with, we don't know. It could be fake, like all that shit is all fucked up. Let's see, David P. Radef, 29, of Two Rivers, and Thomas R. Fagan, 34, of Manitowoc, each face one felony charge of being party to the crime of first-degree recklessness, homicide, delivering drugs, and one felony charge of each of party to the crime of delivering fentanyl in connection with Vogel's death. Fagan has status conference scheduled for 3:30 on December 11th, and yeah, whatever, like that's all in the past. So, police alleged earlier that Fagan had a prescription for fentanyl gel patches, which release a narcotic pain medication. He allegedly sold them to the deceased, who in turn sold them to the deceased, his friend to the deceased. Yeah. Reed then provided the drug to Vogel. I just don't want to read everyone's name because I can't pronounce them.
Yeah.
Conditions of Reed's probation also include a drug and alcohol. Yeah, who cares? Okay, whatever. Yeah, that's good enough.
So like I said, nothing was made up. It's all right there, and that was brought up by another collector that he pissed off. Found this out, like did some digging. I don't know what happened. You know, I know he was talking shit about the dude, telling him, you know, he was basically told this other guy he was full of shit, didn't know what he was talking about, all this stuff. So I don't know if this guy did a background check on him or what, and found this out and started telling people about it. And, you know, I know that he told Jimmy. And Jimmy didn't tell anybody about it.
He must have got a raw deal or something, maybe. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, like a bad...
So he's the guy we talked about who was selling figures and calling them variants when they really weren't variants. Like, oh, this one has the chest is green because the plastic's degraded.
Yeah,
and
like it's
saying, this is a $500 variant.
It's been 30 years. Yeah, it's gonna change a little bit.
Yeah. So it was that guy, and like I said, he ended up getting kicked out of some groups and all kinds of stuff, and he got pissed off. So he went and found out this information, and he started telling people.
Like, I don't think like the Fagan dude meant to kill someone. He's selling drugs, and like when you're in the fentanyl business though, and especially if you're prescribed fentanyl, who the fuck is this guy to be prescribed fentanyl, man? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know, nobody prescribes you fentanyl. I'm sorry, you got a crooked doctor, and you're selling it to like a lot of different people. Yeah. This is like a fucking scam, fucking drug trade business. You got a script doctor. That's what you got.
You know, and you know, we've talked about this. You know, I've got a brother that's an addict. You know,
who gets prescribed fentanyl? Nobody.
Exactly. Now, if somebody gave my brother some fentanyl and he died, I'm not just going to be like, "Ooh, hey, sorry, pal. See you later." No, like I'm going to be fucking mad. You know.
Absolutely. Well, I'm not sure, like, exactly how my brother died. I don't think they did. I think it could have been fentanyl, you know? Like, and my brother died, like, a couple months ago. Like, so, I don't know.
So, but, I mean, if you found out it was fentanyl, you'd probably be pissed at the dude that sold it to him.
Absolutely. Well, and not just the, you know, I think the whole idea of fentanyl is just stupid anyways. It's like... Dude, how are you going to get high? And I mean, I get being addicted and you need that high. And then like, oh, I'm going to risk it anyways because my life is shit anyways. I get that, you know? I get that for yourself. But then like being the person selling it to people, knowing that it affects like other families and people's kids and shit like that, dude. Like, yeah, it's fucked. That's fucked. And especially if you're the dude who has the prescription and it's a fake script from a fake doc, dude, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
You're part of, like, the linkage. You're part of the channel, you know?
Yeah, you're the reason that dude is not here. To me, that's the same as if I sold a gun to somebody and they went and shot somebody.
I
didn't do it, but I provided that shit.
Nah, it's a little different. I mean,
Well,
you don't.
if I sold it to him illegally, not if I legally transferred it to him.
I mean, it's all legal. Like if it's legal, it's legal.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but
Yeah. If he legally sold fentanyl to someone, or like the dude who died had a script doctor who just writes scripts to him, whatever. Like, fine, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
But when you're like, dude, we're at an election area, and like, I'm not going political here or nothing like that, but fentanyl is a huge fucking problem. And for someone who has like young kids, and for me to grow up like trying different drugs and shit like that, I know what kids do. And dude, I have to tell like my daughter exactly what my parents told me. Don't ever do drugs. Da da da. You know, but what did I do? I did drugs. I didn't fucking care.
I mean,
but now I have to drive it into my daughter saying like, you will die. You will die. Yeah. You're done.
Theo Vaughn made the joke the other day. He's like, man, you can't even do cocaine in this country anymore.
Nope. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
It's like, what fun is that?
Unless you see someone else do it and survive. Well, even that's not. Yeah.
You can get fentanyl test strips on Amazon though.
Is that what you do?
Maybe. Maybe I've purchased those before.
Who made those? China? Just like all your precious action figures. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. We might have did it for this episode, dude.
I think so. I think I talked enough shit, you know?
No, we finally covered the fentanyl case, which was a big thing, dude. That's huge. We finally like developed that character of the podcast, one of the baddies. You know, don't fuck with that dude. He'll kill you somehow. Look, and I don't think that everyone is evil incarnate. You know, everyone can come out of this and be golden. We all do bad things. We've all done bad things.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone deserves retribution, and I 100% agree with that. So, here's to you, Fagin.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.